Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on Flosstube and on Instagram. So it has been quite a while. I am back with my first Flosstube in over a month. I can't even remember what number I'm on. It will be in the title. But I really have struggled for the past month. I completely lost my stitching mojo. I've barely done any stitching at all. I have done other crafts. I have been creative in other ways. But I've just really struggled. I've really struggled with picking any of my whips up. I've really struggled with new starts. I haven't really wanted to stitch, and it's not that I haven't wanted to stitch, because I do want to cross stitch and I do want to get things done. I just have not been in the frame of mind. So I'm going to show you what I have done, which isn't a whole lot compared to what I would normally do. So the first piece that I have to show you is behind me here. I will insert a photo up here. Even though you can see the piece, you can't see the details of the piece. That is the Night Rider Sail by Love Poppets. I have a finishing video on my channel, so if you go onto my videos, you'll be able to see. I did a complete fully finishing of that one. I absolutely love Love Poppet. I love the sail. It was a Halloween mystery stitch along, but it is now all out if you want to get it in printed or PDF version. And it is absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoyed stitching that one, and hopefully there will be another one soon, maybe a Christmas or a New Year, I'm not sure, but I do love stitching her pieces and look forward to the next ones. The only other fully finished items I have to show you, so FFO, fully finished or finally finished items. These were my freebies on the 17th of the month. I have two gravestones, the RIP and the skull gravestone. These are completely free charts that you can find on my channel. If you're new to the channel, every month on the 17th I release a freebie for the month, and these remain free. They remain on my channel for you guys to go and access. There is a playlist, it's the Flosstube Extra playlist, and you will find all of the freebies. I've been doing this for a while now, so there's quite a few freebies on my channel, but I really enjoyed stitching those. And I'm glad I got to show you before I put the stuff away. I'm trying to decide, for me it is currently the 1st of November, and when it goes up, the video, it'll be the 3rd of November. I'm trying to work out when I want to put my Halloween stuff away. While we're talking about Halloween, one of the non-stitching crafts I've been doing is I have been doing a lot of macrame. I have a few different pieces, but they are around the school or with other people at the moment. But I do have a few of the macrame bats that I made that are just kind of chilling on my notice board in front of me at the moment. So I'm going to stick with the Halloween theme. I'm going to do my whip and then I'll go back to my finishes. This is the only whip that I have put any attention into at all, and barely any stitching into this. This is Come On In by Kathy Barrack. I love this chart. I got this chart last year when it was released. I just think it's absolutely adorable. Now I decided to do mine on a 28 count coffee crafts fabric, because even though it's not going to show up in the photo is not showing up true to camera. It's a little bit grayer. It's a purpley grey, but it matches this coffee crafts fabric really well. But I don't know why this is showing grey and not purpley grey. So, but I really struggle. I am struggling because this is a 28 count. I am not very keen on 28 or 14 count stitching, but I do have the 28 count here, and I have done a conversion to the Eco Fita wool threads. I absolutely love the Eco Fita threads. They are definitely one of my new favourite lines to stitch with. But yes, so that's how far I've got. This one is going to be going away for now. I'm really not, Halloween for me is 100% over, so I will be picking that up next year. I do have a mill heel. Now, mill heels are something that I've always struggled with, but I discovered a new stitching tool, which is the Wonderland Crafts magnetic frames. Now, you can purchase these from Create Nostalgia. I did an Instagram post on these. I absolutely love these things. These are by a Ukrainian designer and they are magnetic frames. So what you do, these are the two smaller sizes. I do have another one which is the larger size, which holds the larger mill heels. Now, I struggle with mill heels because I really struggle to hold the paper when I'm stitching. Even it annoys me to sort the threads out because every time you get mill heels, the threads are always in a real muddle. But I can sort the threads out. The thing that really annoys me is if I'm having to hold perforated paper, the thread catches on the edge or you bend the perforated paper, like it really, really annoys me. But with these, so this is a magnetic frame, just taking the front off. I'm going to lay this down so I can show you a little bit easier. You just place your perforated paper over the opening and it is just wide enough to fit. You place the other piece on top and now you have a frame that you can either hold in hand or you can put in your stand. So I'll insert a photo up here. I use this with my Falky Potoki stand and I absolutely love it. It has changed the way I stitch mill heels. So I have ordered a few more mill heels because I think on the go, these are brilliant for traveling. Like these take up next to no space in your suitcase. And perforated paper is so much easier to see. So even if I'm on the plane, if I'm in the airport, if I'm sitting at home but the lighting is really bad, I can see the holes in perforated paper with no issue. So I have now gone out and bought a load of perforated paper ornaments because I think these are just so cute. So I have Clara stitched up. Now I do also have the smaller size. It works exactly the same way. Both of mine match, but she at Create Nostalgia, Mary does have a few other designs of these frames, but I just think that's great. I'm just magnetizing them to the side of my Bisley drawer unit. So that is that. The last piece I have to show you is a finish. I went to the Knitting and Stitching show, and when I was there, Trudy Ann Designs was there, which is Geoff Smith on eBay. She's always listed down below. The shop is currently on holiday at the moment, but I believe they are back next week. But she had The Spirit of Christmas set 1 and set 2 by Lila Studio. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I do apologise. And I have stitched Rejoice. I am stitching mine on 20 count stone, which is I want to say it's not fabric for, what is it? A fibre on a whim. Fibre on a whim. So I have gone for a greyish colour, and I am using a Paintbox Threads set. It's a Perlé set of threads, and it is called the Holly and the Ivy. It's a thread set that I picked up while I was at the stitching show, and I absolutely love it. So that is the first one finished. I do want to work on the rest of the 4 in this set. I would like to get all 8 finished, but realistically I don't think I'm going to get 8 done this year before Christmas, especially because I decorate for Christmas at the end of November. So I need to have these stitched by mid-November in order to be able to get them up, to get them finished and on the tree by end of November. So that is my first one finished from that. So that is everything that I have been stitching in the past month and 2 weeks. I really have not been stitching anything. I've not been motivated to stitch. I've really struggled when it comes to stitching. It has just been a huge issue. I've just completely lost my stitching mojo. I have stitched my November piece, but I did that in the last 2 days. The November 3B will be going up earlier. I am not sure the exact date, but it will be the 2nd week, so it won't be on the 17th. It will be whatever the Monday is of the 2nd week, which is anti-bullying week, and I work in a school. Anti-bullying week means a lot for me. The chart does not mean that you have to stitch it for anti-bullying week. The chart is very multifunctional, the same as last year's one. It just is a piece that I have created with anti-bullying week in mind, so that will be going up in the next 2 weeks. So really, not really a whole lot to say. What I have been doing is kind of working out how I can get my stitching mojo back. So I've done an awful lot of designing. I really have been designing away, and I've actually completed most of the designs for next year's freebies on the 17th series. I have also been working on a fun video that I'm hoping to get out in a week or two, which is going to be like a little Christmas gift idea, just shouting out some of the small shops that I absolutely love and really want to support. And I have been sneakily purchasing some extras, which I will be doing a giveaway on the channel. So it will be in that video, there will be a giveaway for one person will win the main prize, just because I don't have the money for postage as well as buying all the stuff. So there will be one prize winner, but then there will also be a freebie chart for everybody. So that is something that I am currently working away on. I just have to finish designing that, but I'm really excited and I've got to stitch that one up. So yeah, so that is my plan, is to stitch that freebie, to stitch December's freebies, but that will probably be later in the month, and then I want to work on at least getting 3 more of these done. Doesn't have to be out of this set, it could be, I do want to do the love one next, but I have set 1 and set 2, and I'm just going to jump between the 2 and stitch the ones that I really want to get done this year from those. So I will be working on that as well. But the other thing I've been doing is trying to think up my plans for next year. So I have been struggling with my stitching for a while this year. I keep stopping myself from starting new things because I say to myself, well, you can't start something new because you already have something like that started. And that, I think, has really damaged my stitching mojo, especially recently, because I wanted to stitch that piece. I kept making myself guilty about wanting to stitch something that I already own. I'm not going out and buying a load of new stuff for these. And it's just not on, because it's me putting the pressure. No one else, I want to make that clear, no one else is doing it. It's just me putting pressure on myself. And I have decided that that's not the way I want to be. I want to be able to stitch what I want when I want. And I know that if I start a load of things, I feel guilty about it. So I'm kind of looking at challenges for next year. I don't want to do no new starts, because I know there's going to be stitch alongs that I want to do. I want to carry on stitching the Love Poppet ones. I've really enjoyed those this year, so I would love to join those. I am also probably going to be stitching some of the Caterpillar cross stitch. If Autumn Lane Stitchery brings anything out, I'm going to want to stitch that. But I need to stop making myself feel guilty about new starts. So I have a huge box that I have of things that I've had kitted up for a while. In there is including Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. I have ordered a piece of fabric for that because I'm going to start that. I need to stop making myself feel guilty about starting new things and just start and stitch the things that I want to do. So with that, I have 2 Christmas charts that I'm actually going to combine. I'm going to be stitching these together. I am going to be working on a new advent. Now, this is not going to be finished for this year. There is no, well, unless I fall in love with the piece so much and I can't put it down, it's not going to happen. However, I'm going to start it, and with the aim of getting it stitched by 2025. And that is combining the Love Poppet Driving Home for Christmas with the Love Poppet Feeling Festive Advent. What I really want to do is I have pulled out my fabric for this. So I want to stitch on 16 count stone, and I am going to stitch this part here. This is going to be the top of my advent. Now, originally I was going to stitch all of these as individual and put them in a little, have them on little pouches. And I was going to put like chocolates in them, have them in the office. And I was thinking, well, realistically, if I was going to do that, who's going to have the chocolate? Because the students are going to want the chocolate, but that means I've then got to get enough for all of them. It's just not going to work out. Whereas they love the idea of an advent calendar, but we could just have one where we turn it around. So what I'm going to do is I am going to be stitching this piece at the top of my fabric. I am then going to take the border. Right, let me take this out of the packaging because we need to have a look at this and we need to see it properly. So how I am going to do this is I am going to take this piece, okay? This is the Driving Home for Christmas. I love this design. I only discovered Love Poppet this year. This one came out in, was it last year, the year before? I'm not sure, but this one came out in 2022 from the looks of things. But I may be wrong, Claire. I do apologise if I am wrong. But I'm going to stitch this piece at the top of my fabric. Now, I'm going to be stitching my base on a 16 count stone from Fibre on a Whim. Absolutely love this. So I'm going to be stitching this. Okay. I'm probably going to use all of the called for colours. I haven't quite decided yet, but probably going to be the way I go. I am then going to take the outline of this one. Okay, just the outline of all the boxes, and I'm going to stitch that on the 16 count. So I'm going to have the outline. Okay, I'm then going to take the boxes individually themselves. I have got a gorgeous 20 count from Coffee Crafts fabric. This is green, blue, grey mottling. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I am going to stitch individually every single box on here. This is why I don't think it's going to be done this year. So I'm going to be stitching all those individually. I am then going to retake the boxes from this, and I am going to chart my own numbers in big. So that way, what I'm going to have is I will have a frame, which will have this gorgeous piece at the top with this frame. And then I will hang on each of the little individual sections, which on one side is just going to have a plain number 1 through 25, and on the other side we'll have these gorgeous designs. So what I will do is then I will have them on there and they can be taken off, turn them round, and as we count down you will then discover all of these gorgeous images behind. I'm not sure if that made sense. So that is the plan. I am going to be starting, this is going to be my new start, I cannot wait. I'm going to be starting Driving Home for Christmas first because I need to get this on the top of it. So I'm going to be doing this. I think I'm using called for. I do love how Love Poppet's colours are, so I think I'm going to be using called for colours for this. I'm going to start with what I have. I think there's like 3 or 4 DMCs I don't have, so if I place an order for DMC thread, I will add those in. If not, I will just substitute with other colours. There's enough colours in these designs. But I love how the designs that Love Poppet, so Claire from Love Poppet does, they all match. So this is going to be my November stitch along. If anyone wants to join in, we are driving home for Advent. I'm not sure of a hashtag yet. Let me know if you are interested in doing it and I will start a hashtag. If not, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be stitching on a 6. Now I've worked it out. If you do a 16 count and a 20 count, as long as you've got 2 sizes in between, it should work absolutely perfectly. Obviously I've never tried this before, but I did my maths and hopefully my maths works out. But if you did this on a 14 count for your base and an 18 count for your images, that would work fine. Or if you just wanted to stitch this exactly how it was and not have it interactive, that would also be absolutely fine. But I'm going to have an interactive element of mine so that way I can have that feeling of opening an advent calendar door. So yeah, as I said, I may pull some of the colours out of this one and change some of the colours in this one to have the colours flowing a little bit more easy. But these look absolutely gorgeous as they are together. So I'm really, really not sure. It just depends on if I'm missing any DMC threads, to be honest. But this is what I'm going to be starting. I'm super excited about this. This is my new start for November. As I said, I don't think I'm going to get this stitched in time for Christmas this year, but it's starting it, and then I can finish it off next year if I need to. But this is going to be the piece that I start. Hopefully I'll get some time to start this a little bit later on today. I'm going into work in about half an hour. So what I'm going to be doing is just sorting my threads out and making sure I can kit this up in a project bag. I should probably find a project bag for this. But yeah, that is going to be my stitch along for the month of November. I am going to be doing an advent calendar featuring these two pieces. So let me know if you're interested in doing these. You can get both of these charts as PDF. I got paper copies when I was at the knitting and stitching show, but you can get PDFs for both of these pieces. I'm going to be starting obviously with the top part, and then I've worked it out. I think this one is wider than this one, which is why I'm going to put it at the top, and then there'll just be a little bit of gap underneath. I think I will work things out as I go along, but I'm going to be starting with this one. That is going to be my next start, and I'm super excited about this. So I am going to head off. I will see you all very, very soon. Hopefully I will be back in about 2 weeks. I will be back for my freebies on the 17th, which won't be on the 17th. That one will probably be up first, and then hopefully I will get another Flosstube done before the end of November. I am going to be doing Flossmas again this year. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, we have some good ones. We also have that video that's going to be like a little shout out to small shops / giveaway video. I'm not going to tell you when that one is. Make sure you subscribe to the video, hit the bell notification down below so you don't miss out on that video when it comes up, and I will see you all very soon. Have a lovely stitchy time and happy stitching, guys. Bye.